There's one group of flowering plants which until recently terrified the pants off people because they thought they must be difficult to grow, the orchids. And then, a few years ago, along came the moth orchid, Phalaenopsis. Well, to be absolutely honest, it's been around for a long time, but the breeders got to work on it and managed to create a race of plants which were brilliant as houseplants for people who weren't particularly good at growing things. And now we can buy moth orchids, Phalaenopsis, like this for, well, pocket money, less than £10 in some instances. And these flowers will last not weeks, but months. The trick is looking after them, mainly not overwatering them, because if you look right down at the bottom, you'll see most of them come in a transparent pot. That's because these roots here, well, they're coated in something which is called phelogen. It absorbs atmospheric moisture, but it also quite enjoys being exposed to light. So these transparent pots will allow the light to get through. And by growing them in, if I just tease it out a little bit, you'll see, not really compost, but chipped bark. Because this is not a terrestrial orchid, one which grows in the ground, it's an epiphyte. Not a parasite. Parasites suck nutrition from the trees they grow on. This one, an epiphyte, just hangs there for support. So in the tropics where it grows, it's in the crook of a tree, sort of high up, just sitting there, absorbing moisture but not taking nutrition from the tree. So that's the sort of story of Phalaenopsis, the moth orchid. Don't overwater it. Once a week max, and let it drain through that compost. Don't leave it sitting in water. And then what happens when these flowers fade? Look, this is one just about on its last legs. A couple of blooms left on there, one on here. Leave it for the time being, but it will soon look like this. Nothing to show, leaves at the bottom, perhaps a bit withered. It might have been allowed to dry out just a little bit too much, this one. But the temptation now is to take your secateurs and think the flowers have gone, I'll whip these stems off. Right the way down here. Don't you dare. Because if you look back at this orchid which is flowering so beautifully, you will see that it isn't the first time it's flowered. It flowered before up here. The stem was cut back just to there, and this bud grew out and turned into another new flower spike, and that's the key. If you look down the stem, you will see scales every so often. They're actually surrounding buds. And if you cut back to where the stem has died a little, not going any further than that, then other stems can grow just like this one from these buds. And on this one here, very closely, you'll see there's a bud already coming there at the bottom of that flower. And if you take all that stem off, you'll lose another set of flowers coming on the top. So just be cautious. And if you look at this, you'll see this has started to die back. You know that that isn't going to produce anything. So for now, just whip it off there. It may well die back more. That doesn't matter. You can then cut it back as far as it goes, but you'll make sure that the new stems coming out will produce flowers like these.